Did I make them too crispy? I don't know. Well, we're about to find out. So, taste test. What's up, everybody? Jay here with Jay's Backyard Cooking, and today we're getting into something that you haven't seen on my channel before. Chicken gizzards. So first things first is I didn't realize that chicken gizzards still need to be cleaned when you buy them. I thought you just throw them in your batter and fry them. Well, apparently there's a yellow skin on there, yellow greenish skin on there that needs to come off. And in order to do that, where you need to get these soaked in some water and apple cider vinegar for a little while. So let's get these open and let's get started. I'm gonna dump them into a strainer and get them cleaned off a little bit. All right, now that we got those a little bit washed off, I'm just gonna grab some here, put them on my disposable cutting board. Link down below if you're interested in them. It'll help the channel. And we're gonna go through these and look. I've seen a bunch of different videos on how to do it, on how to prepare them, how to get these ready. And everything that I have seen talks about the yellow skin. I haven't seen any of that yet, but it also talks about cleaning off the fat as much as possible, or as much as you like. So I'm gonna concentrate a little bit on getting off some of that fat. I'm not gonna be too picky about it, but I'm also not gonna bore you with it. So I'm gonna show cleaning off a couple of these, and then I'll pause the video and then we'll come back once it's all done. There's some of that yellow skin that I've seen people talking about. So that there, you just grab it and pinch it, and it should just peel right off. That's what I wanted to show on video. This one here, this piece here didn't have very much, but I'll keep an eye on it. And if I see one that's got a lot more, then I'll cut back to the video. Here we go. Here's a good example right here. Just all of this right here. So you should be able to just grab it, scrape it with a knife if you don't want to use your fingernail, and then just hang on to it and it'll peel right off. Alright, that made for some easy enough work. If you can see here, the little pile of leftovers that I have here wasn't too bad. I thought it was going to be a little worse than what it was, just with the gizzard being such small pieces. But I'm going to get this cleaned up, put aside. We'll be right back. Okay, now that we got that all cleaned up, we're going to go in with a little bit of salt first. And we're going to toss this around. Just the salt, with the coarseness of it, from what I've seen, will supposedly take the smell away. I don't smell anything here, but again, just following a bunch of different people, their recipes, and just making my own out of it. So again, just a little bit of salt in there, and then we're gonna wash all this off in the strainer. It's gonna get that salt massaged in there. And then into the strainer and wash them out. I want those are rinsed off, back into the bowl. And then to this, we're gonna add just a splash of apple cider vinegar and cover it with water. Get that mixed around a little bit. And we're gonna let this sit for about 5 or 10 minutes. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Okay, we're back. We're gonna go ahead and get these drained off, rinsed off, and then we'll continue with the ingredients. So what we're gonna be using here is buttermilk, pepper, Tony Saturn's, garlic powder, minced onions, some mustard, some Louisiana hot sauce. So once we got these rinsed off, we're going to go in first with a little bit of mustard, a little bit of Louisiana hot sauce, hopefully that's not too much, a little bit of minced onion here, garlic powder to taste, no real measurements, Tony Saturins to taste, little bit of pepper to taste. We're gonna get all of this mixed up. And then we're gonna top it off with the buttermilk. The buttermilk is what's supposed to make it tender. So we're gonna top this off with buttermilk, get it all nice and coated. Give it a good mix. I'm gonna get some saran wrap put around this, put it in the refrigerator, do some cleanup, and we'll be back in about an hour and a half, 2 hours. All right, if you couldn't tell what I was doing, we're chopping up potatoes. We're gonna have some mashed potatoes, the gizzards. We were gonna have some rolls, but not sure. We didn't end up going through with our plan, so not able to go through the restaurant that we wanted to go to pick those up. So gizzards and mashed potatoes is what we're doing for dinner. Right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the grease started on the griddle. I'm gonna do this outside because I'm pretty sure it's gonna make a mess with all the splattering. So I'm gonna get the grease in the aluminum pan on the griddle, start getting that warmed up, and then we'll be back in to do the breading. Pretty simple task here. I have the 2 burners right here in the middle on, and just gonna pour some vegetable oil or whatever type of oil you want to use. I'm going vegetable oil because it's the cheapest that I could find. Fill up about probably about a quarter of that. So just gonna close this up, get inside, let this do its thing, and we'll start the breading. Okay, we got that going. Now into a gallon bag, we're gonna go 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. We're gonna go 1 tablespoon cornstarch, 1 tablespoon baking powder. I'm sorry, I think I said tablespoon. These are teaspoons, a teaspoon of each. And then 1 teaspoon of paprika. We're gonna get all this mixed up pretty good. I'm not adding any more seasoning to this just because of the seasoning that I put in the actual tenderizer batter. We'll get this mixed up pretty good. We'll get these uncovered. And then we're just gonna get these gizzards transferred into this bag here. We got this bowl emptied and cleaned out. I'm gonna go in with about 3 eggs. It shouldn't take much. We'll beat these. And then we'll just get these now and toss them. Get them real nice and coated. And after we got that coated, we're gonna pull them out. And they're already looking nice and coated. We'll dump them in the egg. Save whatever's left in this bag. We're just gonna get this egg and toss them all in the egg, get them all nice and coated, and then from here, back into the bag. Then I'm gonna add just a little bit more all-purpose flour. We'll seal this back up again, and then toss. Get it all nice and coated again. As far as my pan goes, if you're new to the channel, you know that I dislike dishes very much. I try my hardest to dirty as little bit of dishes as possible. So these little throwaway grill strainer things I like to use when I'm frying stuff. I just set it on top of my aluminum pan here with a little bit of paper towel on the bottom. I'm able to set the fried stuff here so that it drips down and then eventually transfer it into another pan. The little strainer that I have here, everything that I use is, I try to list it down below. If you use that link to buy these strainers, I think it was a pack of 3. I don't remember how much they cost, but these little things here, I mean, I've had them for a while and they work pretty good. So again, links in the bottom if you're interested in any of the stuff that I use here. It's actually hotter than what I want it to be, so I'm gonna let it come down now while we bring everything out. You see, I got my whole little spread right here, all within hand reach, and should make for some easy work. Still temping pretty high. I'm gonna turn the fire off and let it come down, and then fire it back up. We don't want it too hot because then it's gonna scorch the gizzards, and we don't want that neither. I also like to be really safe, protect my hands, because this will splatter everywhere. And yeah, it'll really put a hurting on you. Still about 100 degrees too high. I want to get this to about 350, maybe a little less. We're temping at 400, 425. So take your time when doing this. Make sure that everything is perfect. Make sure it's all laid out for you, and then that way you're not struggling at all at the end. And then with this strainer here, I don't think you can see it, but I'm gonna be able to strain the gizzards on one side as they're coming out, and then as they cool down, I can throw them inside the pan on the opposite side. And then the paper towel will help soak up the rest of that grease that's in there. So in theory, it should work out perfect. We'll see how it goes. All right, we got it down. And then when I put these cold gizzards in there, it's gonna come down even more. So it should be okay. You're gonna start dropping these in. Just a couple at a time. We're not in too much of a hurry here. The one thing for sure is we don't want them to burn. Like those there are almost, it doesn't take long on either side. Just make sure you're keeping an eye on them, that they don't get too crispy. Again, small batches is going to be the way to go. These there, that's what we're looking for right there, golden brown. Okay, we'll just set them over here and let them drip out. See right there, that's what I was talking about. I'm able to get the I'm able to get them to drain on this side, and not much is draining. And then once they finish draining, I'm able to dump them on this side, and I'll be able to do all of them just like that. So I'm gonna get these done. So just like that, I'm gonna go ahead and get these done because it looks like it's fixing to rain. I'm gonna get the camera equipment inside, and I'm gonna finish these up. We'll see you inside. As with most of my cooks, something had to go wrong. Oh, by the way, I'm cleaning out my cook area over there. I got all the machines over here. All right, we pulled those out. The storm came. As always, something always happens with my cooks. We're in the process, in the middle of kind of cleaning up my cook area out there. Gonna actually start building something to make it look more like a cook area, and in between that and doing some other stuff, getting these marinated, Mother Nature decided it was time. So she is mad. So the gizzards are done. We're gonna get into the mashed potatoes now, which is pretty simple. They're already soft enough for us to smash, so we'll start doing that. Of course, drain the water. On a quick side note too, I came real close to asking my wife to take off to go get those rolls that we like from Hart's Chicken, but and I'm glad I didn't, because she would have been stuck out there and I would have been in trouble. So again, just mashed potatoes, do them how you like them. If you want them fully loaded, add bacon bits, add cheese, do all that. I'm gonna go simple, heavy whipping cream and lots of butter, because who don't like butter? With the mashed potatoes, make them as watery or thick as you like. I actually prefer a thicker mashed potato. So dump in that butter there. Open up this heavy cream, and we're gonna start off light with the heavy cream. Just no real measurements here. And then I'm just gonna add as I go. But we'll get these mashed up, get that butter nice and melted down there. You hear Mother Nature, she ain't happy. She ain't happy at all. I think this is gonna be enough heavy cream for me, so we're gonna go ahead and put this away. I'm gonna pull one of these gizzards out. Hopefully we can hear some crunch. Need to find one that's really breaded. There we go, this one here will work. So, gizzards, my first time making them. Are they gonna be good? I don't know. Did I make them too crispy? I don't know. Well, we're about to find out. So, taste test. They're good. They could have used a lot more salt. They could have used a lot more Louisiana hot sauce. But flavor profile, texture, crunchiness, they're on point. I'm gonna get these mashed potatoes finished up, and we're gonna have dinner. If you like what you saw here, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and comment. Anything helps. Also, just a reminder, anything that I use here, like these wire mesh throwaway grill topper thingies, and anything else that I use on this channel, the strainers, I'm going to try to leave links down below. Again, if you click on those and you purchase from that direct link, it just helps me get a little bit of extra money to continue buying and bringing you these videos. We'll see you next time. You know, today I learned that chicken gizzards are a lot like life. Most people overlook them. Some folks won't even give them a chance. And then there are those who swear nothing good could ever come from them. But with a little patience, the right seasoning, and some hot oil, they turn into something downright unforgettable. Heck, even my wife said they were the best she'd ever had. And if you know my wife, that's about as close to a 5-star review that you're ever gonna get. Now, Mother Nature tried to steal the show. She rolled in with rain, thunder, and enough lightning to make me wonder if I had accidentally signed up for a storm chasing channel instead of a barbecue channel. But quitting would have meant missing out on the plate full of crispy perfection. So I stuck it out, and I'm glad I did. You see, life's gonna throw storms at you, Sometimes they'll come right when you're about to finish something you started. But if you pack it up every time the clouds roll in, you'll never get to enjoy the reward that's waiting on the other side. So the next time somebody tells you McDonald's has the best chicken nuggets in town, just smile, hand them a fried gizzard, and let them rethink their life choices. So until next time, keep the grills hot and the seasoning simple.